everyone, this is Amasha, and this is a special video because I already had videos lined up that I wanted to post on my channel, but because of what's going on with Ukraine and Russia at the moment, and now I think we are on day 6 of the war between Russia and Ukraine, and it's just really concerning. I mean, I don't know if you know it, but I'm from Hungary, which is next door to Ukraine. And I actually have family who lives at the Ukrainian border. And even my dad and even my family is about 10 miles from the Romanian and Ukrainian border as well. So it's like in between they live. My dad was telling me as well that he can see a lot of people on the train coming from Romania because they went from Ukraine to Romania. So Russia decided to attack Ukraine. Ukraine is hitting back, but obviously a lot of people are fleeing from their country, and it really, really concerns me. And I decided that I'm going to prepare as well, because there are rumors that England is going to get involved. They already sending war aids and money and all sorts to Ukraine, and I'm sure that's something that Putin is not going to like. And I'm currently based in England, and I find myself in a situation when there is a possibility that we might have a World War III, and I really, really hope that's not the case. But if that's the case, I want to be prepared, and I maybe I'm overreacting, and I really hope I'm overreacting this, because I don't want to be in the World War III. I don't want to live through the war at all. And we already had COVID, and situation was already very, very hard for us and for everybody in the world. And the war is really the last thing that we need. However, if that's the case, I thought preparation is always better than being in a very hard, difficult situation. So I decided that I'm going to write a list of items that I'm going to stock up on, things that I can store in my basement, maybe in my attic as well, and things that could potentially help us in times of struggles if there is going to be a war, or inflation skyrockets. It's already about 5%, but people are talking about 10% of price rises and things like that. Basically, this video is going to be how I prepare, what are the items that I'm going to buy, especially food items, and make sure that my family is okay. And if we have to ride the waves of the scary times, then we will do. We just have to be prepared. So right, this, I know it's a long introduction. It's just really difficult for me to get my thoughts together. And basically the first thing that I'm going to try and get is some kind of water filter. I know that water can be stored in large containers in cool places up to 6 months. So that can be stored in a basement or things like that, but also water filter is probably very useful, because there could be like infections going around at a time. So we need to make sure that we keep our water as clean as possible. Hopefully we're never going to have problems with water supply, but water filter is something I'm going to try and get. The other thing that I'm definitely trying to look into is how to make bread myself, and how to make a basic bread. So I'm going to stock up on things like flour, sugar, salt, yeast, and even if egg is not available, just to try and create some kind of basic bread. And also, if I can get, there are these cheap cake mixes that I could also get just for occasions, just to have something sweet for my kids and things like that. I'm looking into getting a supply of at least 6 to 8 months if I can. if I can even longer, I need to see how it goes and how expensive it is. But even if there's not going to be no war, but the food prices go up, the worst case scenario is that I just save some money and just made sure that, you know, we have food in the house at all times. So the second thing I'm going to look into is to get canned food and also frozen food as well. But when it comes to canned food, I could stock up on things like canned beans, soup, even cooked meat, pork, chicken, salmon, tuna, and you know, things like that. Tomato puree and these chopped tomatoes in a can as well that you can use for stew, and also frozen goods. If I can find things cheap, and I will definitely stock up on that as well. Dried items like dried pasta and large bag, a couple of bags of rice. I will get potatoes that I can keep in my basement in a cool place. So red potato, for example. Also oatmeal, because that can last for years. It's also good to stock up on a little bit of milk supply in forms of milk powder, which can be stored for, you know, a long time. Long life milk and evaporated milk, which is in a can normally. And also honey. Honey is a natural sweetener, but it's also immune booster. And honey can be also like used for like just putting on a wound, and it get rid of parasites from the system, and it's really great for that. Coffee and tea that can be bought in large quantity and that can last for a long time. And also like cleaning items such as baking soda and apple cider vinegar, which is also antiseptic. Apple cider vinegar is really good for, again, as an immune booster as well, and it's good for cleaning and things like that. In case someone is injured, alcohol can be very useful to treat wounds, and let's just be honest, war times can be quite stressful, so occasionally you might struggle with sleep and things like that, and you might need alcohol. So clean alcohol like vodka and things like that, it could be quite good, and it's antiseptic as well. And let's not forget about spices as well, for example. So buying spices to change up the taste of food. Maybe it's going to be a shortage of fruits and vegetables in fresh form. We can buy frozen vegetables and fruits, and also canned form as well, but unfortunately a lot of them actually has a lot of sugar as well. But again, canned fruits and vegetable is also very good as well. Also high calorie items such as different type of nuts. They also full of good fat and protein. For example, protein powder can even be used as a meal replacement as well. So there is a lot of things that we can do. There is a lot of different items that can be purchased now in case there is a war, and in case there is a huge massive inflation where literally the money is not going to be worth much, and inflation skyrockets, and you're just not going to have enough food you can't purchase enough food for your money, or maybe, you know, war times could be that you need to buy food from with a food stamp, and there's only so much that you can buy. It doesn't hurt to be prepared. I will definitely prepare. And I always say, if that is just only one person I'm helping with this video, or even just to give you peace of mind that if you get these items, at least you gonna be taken care of, and your family is gonna be taken care of, then I'm happy. So that's why I'm wishing everybody peace of mind, especially Ukrainians who unfortunately had to flee their country. And right now, as I speak, many families are actually running away, and they're prepared to walk for days to get to a safe place. And a lot of people are doing a lot of extraordinary things, especially Polish people, but even I'm very proud of my nation, Hungarians as well. They're taking families in, and we all just want peace. I really hope there's not going to be a world war, but if there is a world war, there is still time to prepare. There is still time to stock up. Yeah, just stay safe. I will be trying to post similar videos, and if that's your interest, then you can subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.